Welcome back for another Entrepreneur Sunday. Each week, we shine the spotlight on the brightest entrepreneurs across the country. Today's guest is a cut above the rest. Isaiah Wilson is the owner of His and Hers hair studio in North Florida. He explains the rewards and challenges of an industry designed to help people look their best. Isaiah Wilson, thanks for joining us for Entrepreneur Sunday. Happy to have you here.
I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
So tell us about your hair boutique and what inspired you to become an entrepreneur.
Well, name of my business is called His and Hers Hair Studio. It's a unisex. It does men, women, children. My inspiration has been, had a long history in doing hair, cutting hair for as long as I can remember, about 9, 10 years old. And it's been something I just want to do my whole life.
So what are some of the challenges of opening a hair studio?
For one, you have to build a clientele. You got to make sure you got the right people that need your services. And once you have those people in your portfolio, you make sure you keep them. So that's one of the major things. You got to have the clientele. The clientele means everything.
And so I guess walk me back a little bit through your journey when you decided that, you used to kind of, I guess, probably cut hair from home or something like that. What was that like for you before transitioning into having a brick and mortar store?
Wow, man, it's been a whole lot of challenges, starting off with a towel around someone's neck on the front porch, dealing with the heat, flies or whatever. That's the early days, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's been one of the biggest challenges. I mean, going from another country, back to where I'm from, and then, doing it all over again. It's a journey.
Wow. Well, as a Black entrepreneur, financial assistance also can be challenging. What steps did you take to secure financing, and what would you recommend for future business owners?
Well, for one, you have to be, I guess you would say the term, plugged into the systems, or the websites, or, the programs that they have out there for you. You got to make sure you take all the proper precautions. You got to make sure that your books are right. You got to make sure that you're really paying attention to what's going on. And then if you're doing the right thing, it'll come to you. That's the best that I can tell you. Just keep your nose to the right direction.
So what was it like when you decided that you actually wanted to open an actual building to do your hair and barbershop basically together? What was that like for you, kind of going through those steps to get to actually opening up?
Wow. Well, I knew it was going to be a challenge. It's kind of hard to have those two in there at the same time. And for me, it was just like, it was a panic moment. Will I do it? I have to have the support of my wife and my children behind me, and that's just what I've had. You just have to set your mind into it. This is what you want to do, just do it. Don't let it bother you.
Was it hard, like saving up for it or getting the loans or however you decided to open your business?
Yes, it was hard. I mean, like you say, you have to be dealing with the right businesses. You have to deal with the proper banks. You have to go through the right paperwork. And once you do those type of things, it does become easy. It's all a dream until you do it. You know what I mean? And once you do it, then you got to keep at it. You can't fold. You got to just grind. That's been my motto, just grind.
Yes, we know you have to put all the hard work into it. Well, tell us more about your studio. You also hold training sessions for future barbers. Do you offer one-on-one sessions, or is it just part of cosmetology school?
Well, I'm actually a barber instructor as well. So I often, hold my Zoom classes from my shop as well. Any one of my barbers that come down and they want the extra training, they want to see how it is in the real world, not just from a school perspective, So they come down and I do what I can. I do what I can to help out my guys or the ladies that's in the class as well. Do
you think your story has kind of helped, the way that you started, does it help kind of prepare people who have experienced the same things as you say, I can do this?
You know what? I think it has, and a lot of, even one of my students that came out of the school, I mean, that's been his dream too, to have his own salon and his barbershop and salon as well. And they're living the dream as well. When my students come out, I mean, I always try to point them in the right direction, even if it's not with me. I want them to grow. I want them to have a future in this game. So that's what I do for them.
So, Isaiah, so many hair salons and barbers have been struggling because of the pandemic. How has your business been able to stay afloat? What's been working out for you?
Well, I'm telling you, prayer works.
Oh
you
yeah.
got, you got, you gotta stay prayed up. You know what I mean? But at the same token, like I said, you gotta stick to the right channels. There are people out there that are willing to help you, and all you gotta do is apply. Make sure your business is what your business is supposed to be, and if it's what it's supposed to be, then you'll get the help.
Did the pandemic have any impact on your business in terms of like for a minute you weren't able to work?
Yes. I mean, for like a good almost 3 months, 3 to 4 months, it was a whole lot of regrouping. It was a whole lot of soul searching to see if this is what you really want to do. And, I stayed resolute. I did what I was supposed to have done. And like I said, my wife, she backed me 300%, even if she had to kick, scream, and pull to get behind me, but we did what we had to do.
That's awesome. Well, lastly, what advice do you have for our viewers who may want to open up their own salon during this pandemic? Because like you just said, it is a challenge.
You know what? Just push. Don't be afraid. If this is what you do, you got to be safe doing it. My mask is just like right over here, or right here. My wife, she has it over here. But you got to keep that thing on, man. You got to do what you have to do. People are gonna need the cuts. The first responders, our officers, our military personnel. A lot of people that frequent me because we're doing the right thing. We're making it safe, and that's what you have to do. Just be safe about it, and just think your process through. It's gonna happen.
I love that. Well, Isaiah Wilson, we appreciate your time today, and good luck to your business for the rest of the year and here on after.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. I thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Take care.